And it's time now for the France 24 focus. In Israel, the military service is compulsory. Those who refuse to join the Israeli Defense Forces risk a prison sentence. During the war in Gaza, more than 80,000 reservists have been called up, including members of the Druze community. Unlike other religious minorities, the Druze are not exempt from military service. Many refuse to fight against the Palestinians and are calling for the rules to change. Phoebe Lanza-Wood reports.
Laughing and chatting away, this close group of friends has gathered in Haifa in the north of Israel. But this is no ordinary meet-up. One of these friends could be going to jail in just a few hours' time.
How do you feel? Are you ready?
Anan Shaheen is a member of the Druze religious community. Like all Druze of Israel, Shaheen was called up for military service, but for him, engaging with the IDF was out of the question.
I refuse to take part in the compulsory military service imposed on the Druze. There is no one on this planet who can force me to fire a weapon against my people. Yes, I am one of those people. I am Palestinian. My whole family has spoken out against my decision. Only my grandmother, with whom I live, supports me, although even she opposes my refusal to join the army.
Anan feels no greater pressure than from those who live in his hometown, Shfar Amr. It's the same village that the colonel of the Golani Brigade, Hassan Alian, is from. He is considered a hero in Israel thanks to his military feats in Gaza. But Anan does not want to follow his lead. With his friend's support, he's come to the IDF recruitment centre to announce his refusal to sign on. He risks a jail sentence.
Stop stressing, don't worry. Nothing bad will happen to you. We're all here for you.
Back in March, the Friends created a movement called Orfod Shabak Yehmik, which translates as "Refuse, your people will protect you." Their objective is to oppose the military recruitment of Arab Israelis.
The Israeli system has succeeded in interfering in Palestinian society. It has attracted Druze, Christians, Bedouins and Muslims in the ranks of the army of occupation.
We leave Anan. Thanks to the Refuse movement, the army decides to exempt him from military service. We head to Nazareth. Faraz Jabor is a 21-year-old man living here. He has just returned from his military service. Like all Christians in Israel, he was not obliged to serve, but he chose to sign on voluntarily.
I love the atmosphere of the army. I made lots of friends, true friends who help each other out. We had to sleep out in the cold together several times during winter. It was at times like that that I saw what friendship really means.
Faraz was assigned a position serving in the army infirmary. It was there that he found his true calling, and he's now preparing for his nursing exams. Faraz says that the structure of the IDF allowed him to study, ensuring him a future. Since becoming an Army Reserve member, he doesn't hesitate to defend what he considers his homeland.
I do not consider myself Palestinian. I was born in the state of Israel. I have been treated in Israeli hospitals here, been fed here. My work is here. My education was here. There is nothing Palestinian in me.
Faraz often participates in workshops focused on the recruitment of Christians in the Israeli army. These workshops were established in 2012 and are run by Father Gabriel Nadaf. He is constantly threatened because of his calls for young Christians to sign on.
This is the door that will lead young Christians to the heart of Israeli society. And that's the way we are preserving our Christian identity.
Father Nadaf refuses to consider Christians as Arabs. His voice remains a minority, but thanks to his workshops, the number being recruited in his community is growing.
We live in safety, in a democracy. Our only fear is the fate that awaits us if the terrorists manage to enter the state of Israel. They would massacre the Christians, like they did in the Arab countries.
The war in Gaza has brought the debate on the recruitment of Israeli Arabs back into the spotlight. Many young Israelis continue to be torn between multiple identities which are in conflict.